I originally was going to be a teacher, an airline stewardess, and everything a little girl wanted to be. But honestly, when I took my first accounting course in college, I loved it. And I loved the business end of it. And as soon as I took it, I knew it was for me. So then I later on got an internship in accounting. I started working at a big accounting firm. I loved what I was doing and continued working within the field when I graduated. Then, when I worked at the big firm and I got my first small client, then I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And I knew that small client and small business and individual returns were for me. So I left the big firm, went to a small firm to learn more about reality, and for the last 31 years I've been in my own CPA firm servicing small and mid-sized businesses and individuals. Well, anytime you start a business, there's a number of obstacles you have to overcome. Number one is getting clients. You're out there and you have nothing. So I actually walked into businesses and asked them if they needed an accountant. I started doing speeches for the adult education community in the local high school. I started joining networking groups. Those were obstacles just to get myself out there. I was from New York. I just came to New Jersey and I had to make myself known here. Also, it is a man's profession. There's a lot more men accountants than women, but that seemed to work for me. As I mentioned before, accounting does have more men in it than women. But that has always, to me, been an advantage because there are a lot of people who would prefer to have a woman accountant, so there aren't as many choices, so I would get the account. And a lot of people feel that when a woman makes you a promise, they're going to come through and they're going to give you exactly what they deliver. I have found that a lot. They say, you know what, I want a woman accountant because when she makes a promise, I know she's going to get me my tax return. And I find that a lot of women want women accountants because they feel that I take them more seriously than sometimes the men do. They feel that for whatever reason they're not taken seriously. I have found that it's nothing but advantageous for me to be a woman in a field that is predominantly men. You know, growing up, none of my older women in my life were in business. I was actually the first person in my entire family to ever go to college. So everyone was just proud of me that I got to go to college. So I didn't really have anyone I could say in my family or my surrounding areas that was a role model for me. But then I joined all these women associations like NJ BIZ when I first started out. And there was so many role models who really helped me pave the way. And now I have many, what I'd say, high-powered women in many, many different fields that I respect and are peers of mine that I talk to about business and all different things that could occur in the business world. I think accounting is a wonderful field for women to go into. There are so many different fields of accounting you could go into. You could be in corporate. You could be in public accounting like I am, where you work on different people's taxes. You could be in government. You could work for the FBI. You could have your own business. You could work for someone. You could work part-time. You could work full-time. There is always work in accounting. In public accounting, where I work, people have to come back to me every year because there's only two things that are in a minute in life: death and taxes. So although they love me, they really have to come back because they have to do their taxes each year, and I try to make it as pleasant for people as possible. But it's a wonderful field. It can give you total flexibility, as much work, as much or little as you want. I work a lot because I love it, and I think there's no better field if you love numbers and business as much as I do, and I would recommend it highly to anyone who feels that way.